I need to emphasize the fact that I honestly don't want to see this happen. It's the future, and I've been talking about this for 4 years now. In fact, it's one of the key reasons I started this channel, to warn Germany, to warn the West, to warn the United States, to warn Europe that the Chinese were coming, and that as a result, their automotive industries would be shattered. As you can see, that is absolutely happening right now. The Volkswagen Group announced 35,000 job losses, and now Audi have announced an additional, a whole lot more job losses and a whole lot more pain coming to Germany's premium brand, Audi. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Really, it is another sad day for the German automotive industry. Audi has revealed it is cutting thousands of jobs in a massive cost-cutting move. One it hopes will save it from becoming, to be honest, the next Volkswagen. Why would I even say that? I mean, the Volkswagen, surely everything's going fine there, right? Well, maybe not so good. Today, German media have reported that Volkswagen's credit rating has been downgraded for the first time in history. It's a slippery slope, a very, very slippery and dangerous slope, and Audi does not want to find itself on that slope, but it is already on that slope. Last year, Audi's sales worldwide went down, its profits went down, its revenue really shrank quickly, and as a result, it's having to respond. It has absolutely no choice. It will fire 7,500 people. This is part of a plan to find medium-term savings of more than 1 billion euros annually. That's 1.7 billion Australian dollars. And Audi says its management and the Works Council have agreed on a so-called socially responsible reduction by around 7,500 jobs between now and 2029. So it's pledging it won't lay off any worker for operational reasons until the end of 2033. Basically, this is a really dangerous position for Audi to be in. And I don't want Audi to fire people, but for Audi to come out and say it's not going to fire anyone for operational reasons between now and 2033, that means for 8 years, all this new, in China, we have humans being replaced by robots every day. That is just what the Chinese are doing, right? And whether you like it or not, I don't really like it personally, but it is happening. It is a fact. That's why Xiaomi are able to make cars in about 50 seconds, right? 50 seconds to make a car because the robots are building them now. If Audi is saying, yeah, we're going to fire all these people, but they're going to be in administration, sales roles, executive type roles, but anyone for operational reasons can't be fired for 8 years, I would say this is not an incentive to work hard. One, and also it's going to give the Chinese an even bigger advantage to say, well, yeah, great, you're doing that, but we're putting more robots, we're putting humanoid robots in now, and they're taking the place of workers, and you won't be able to compete with us because we'll make cars at a fraction of the cost that they're made in Germany. We already know that's happening now, but the differential between what it costs today to make a car in Germany versus China is only going to grow. So it's just a no-win situation here. It's a no-win situation. It really is. And I am getting concerned now because the West is going to lose so many jobs. Last week, by the way, another German company in the automotive industry fired an additional 6,000 staff. The week before that, there was another 10,000 announced for another company. Bosch announced massive job losses. Many companies in Germany are doing this. And honestly, German politicians, German public, they are freaking out. I don't think there's any question about that. Audi are also investing further, though, in their Ingolstadt, Neckarsulm plants in Germany with the aim of improving productivity, speed, and flexibility. So they're putting in more money into Germany. They plan to invest around 8 billion euros, which is about 9 billion US dollars, or about 13.7 billion Australian dollars in their home locations over the next 4 years. I honestly think this is money Audi doesn't really have, but they're doing it and maybe it'll work. I mean, I hope it does. An entry-level electric car will enter production, as in a cheaper electric car, in Ingolstadt, while the next generation Q3 will be produced there in tandem with the their plant in Hungary where it is currently manufactured. So Audi are not really investing so much just in Germany. They're also investing outside of Germany where they can make cars cheaper in places like Hungary. Audi says the production of both electric and combustion-powered vehicles in the same plant will make the site robustly and flexibly positioned in the transition to electrification. But it does mean they are hedging their bets, which could end up being quite dangerous. I should also point out that Audi say they are raising prices on pretty much all their cars. They claim they're going to be more of a more premium manufacturer, and they will raise prices across the board as a result. I think that's more of a reaction to declining sales and declining profitability, trying to increase their prices. I don't believe that'll work. Maserati tried to do that, and well, look what they did last. Maserati is a brand that is selling almost no cars. They've really gone into the toilet recently. The Ingolstadt plant, it currently produces the Q2, the A3, and the Q6 e-tron. So it makes a combination of internal combustion cars and electric cars. And a lot of experts think that's dangerous. They think, well, if you're producing all these different types of vehicles in the one factory, it makes that factory relatively inefficient. At Audi's other factory, they say they will strengthen their expertise in artificial intelligence, develop the electronic architecture of their combustion-powered vehicles further, and potentially produce an additional vehicle. So in other words, Audi is saying they're going to be investing quite a bit of money, I believe 430 million Australian dollars, 250 million euros, into future funds for a plant predominantly making internal combustion engine vehicles. So they are putting a lot of money into investing in internal combustion, which I believe is a critical error. I don't think they're going to get the response or the payoff from that they think they are. They might in the short term, they might in the next 1 or 2 years, but in the long term, that won't work well. The Works Council has celebrated its future-proofing of the two plants. It's saying it's future-proofed, these car plants. That sounds, honestly, to me, very delusional. Through a temporary reduction and a new structure of the profit share program, the Audi workforce is giving a major contribution to making the Four Rings weatherproof and future-proof again, said General Works Council Chairman Jörg Schlorber. Now, he's saying the Four Rings weatherproof and future-proof again. Well, interestingly, in China, Audi is removing the Four Rings badge from its cars because the Chinese think it's no longer a mark of anything premium. Seriously, they're actually removing the badge. Overall, the Audi workforce is investing many, many millions of euros in its own future over coming years, they said. Audi says the removal of 7,500 jobs goes in hand with a reduction of bureaucracy, with Audi having already significantly reduced the number of guidelines and committees that it has. The aim is to have the management structure flattened to just 3 levels, with digitalization being examined to see where this can help reduce the workload in indirect areas. Remote work also is under the microscope, with Audi saying a stronger focus on presence in the workplace is intended to ensure close contact in times of increased communication needs. Now, what does all that mean? Well, it means that Audi knows it's got a real serious fight on its hands, and it can't waste money on staff that are maybe not working as much as they should be, and also on staff that maybe they aren't needed because of digitalization. Audi says it's extending its job protection plan, though, until December 31, 2033, essentially 8 years, which says it will guarantee employment for those workers included in that plan, but which will also show it to reduce its labor costs. The General Works Council says it has secured the collectively agreed monthly wage and says Audi won't reduce pay scale wages at all or eliminate internal benefits at all between now and 2033. Current wage increases will still take effect on the 1st of April 2025 and, of course, also the 1st of April 2026. How do you guys see this playing out? I honestly think Audi is in big trouble. I think it's a bit worse than what people realize, and that Audi sales will continue to decline, especially in China, which was their most important market the last few years. Now it's sort of shrinking so quickly that it's not really going to be anymore. But that will mean that as Audi's sales continue to dissipate and really fall drastically in China, Audi's profits and profitability will as well. Their revenue will fall, and they won't really have the money to pay their staff. They won't have the money to continue to operate in the way that they do. And I don't think claiming you've future-proofed a car plant means anything at all, especially when that car plant is still manufacturing internal combustion cars and plans to for a very long time to come.